Debbie Flores-Narvaez's family has been spending long days at the Regional Justice Center for 2 weeks now, anticipating the jury's decision that came down late this afternoon. And that's where we find Fox 5's Lindsay Curtis live, continuing our team coverage with the family's reaction to the jury's verdict.
Olivia, the family says this second-degree murder conviction is bringing them some sort of peace and closure, but they were really hoping for the jury to find Griffith guilty of first-degree murder. More than anything, they say they're relieved to close out this chapter in their painful journey, which started nearly 4 years ago when Jason Griffith murdered Debbie Flores-Narvaez.
Guilty of murder of the second degree.
The words that sent a wave of both relief and disappointment over this family who sat in these chairs every day for 2 weeks waiting for this moment. The day they'd finally learn if Jason Griffith would be punished for killing fantasy dancer Debora Flores-Narvaez.
Every time I do something, I do it for her. That is my strength. That's what actually keeps me going. Is knowing that she's with me. I feel her.
Celeste Flores-Narvaez and her parents masked their emotions during 9 days of testimony, listening to Jason Griffith tell the jury their loved one was an obsessive, dangerous stalker. She says she knew justice would be served for her sister. She just hoped it would come with a stronger punishment.
I don't ever want him to do this to another person. I don't ever want nobody else to suffer the way I have suffered or I keep on suffering.
This family says they've all suffered, but the victim's father says he's not able to cry. He hasn't felt much of anything since his daughter was taken from him. While his other daughter and his wife are now able to let their tears flow, he says they didn't believe the ones Jason Griffith shed on the stand for 1 second.
His tears didn't even coincide with his emotions. You know, it was just fake. It was all charade.
The stone-faced father says he's satisfied with the verdict and knows the former Cirque du Soleil dancer will have plenty of time to think about the woman who took her last breath struggling in his arms.
He's going to be dancing, all right. The only difference, he's going to be dancing to a different tune now. And he's going to remember her name for the rest of his life.
The Flores-Narvaez family is leaving town tomorrow, flying back home to Atlanta, but they'll be back here in Las Vegas in July for Jason Griffith's sentencing, which falls about 2 weeks after Debbie Flores-Narvaez's birthday. Reporting live, Lindsay Curtis, Fox 5 News Local, Las Vegas.
And Lindsay, I know that the judge told the jurors once the verdict was read that they were allowed to speak freely about the case if they chose to. The jurors that you approached chose not to comment, right?
We did try to interview some of the jurors, but they actually left out the back door, so we weren't even able to ask them if they were interested, although they did have the opportunity to explain how they came to this verdict.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to hear a little bit about those deliberations. Lindsay, thanks very much for the coverage this evening. Jason Griffith's mother said she had no comment about the verdict. Her son's sentencing is set for July 23rd at 9 in the morning.